Hello, I'm your host Muse, and today we're back with another recipe from the Stardew Valley cookbook. And today we're making pink cake as a celebration for getting 1,000 subscribers. The pink cake is a yellow cake with a watermelon strawberry jam filling. In the game, you get this from watching the Queen of Sauce, and here it makes 10 to 16 servings. First off, you're going to want to prepare your fruits, which are 6 ounces of seedless watermelon cubed and 6 ounces of strawberries finely chopped. And we're going to be using this to make our jam that goes inside of the cake. Now in a blender, we're going to add our watermelon, 1/3 cup of sugar, and a pinch of salt, and then you're going to blend it until smooth. Now into a medium saucepan, we're going to add our watermelon juice, about 2 teaspoons of lemon zest, which we definitely got enough from just 1 lemon, and our strawberries. You're gonna let that come. Okay. You're gonna let that come to a simmer. And then you're going to have it cook or simmer for an additional 20 minutes until the strawberries get softened. And this is on medium heat, if I didn't already say that. While that's simmering, we're going to prepare our cake dishes. And these are 9-inch cake dishes, like I said, because I'm really good at vocabulary. And then we're going to get parchment paper, or first we grease them with butter, and then we're gonna get parchment paper and put that in there, and then grease the parchment paper with butter. I don't know if that makes much of a difference because I don't really understand why they do that. But they tell me to do that, and I'm gonna do it because that's what it says, and I might as well follow the recipe. Now we're going to get 2 tablespoons of cornstarch, or another type of starch. We're using tapioca flour, and 3 tablespoons of water, which is equal to 1.5 ounces. And we're gonna whisk that together. And then you're also going to get 1.5 tablespoons of fresh lemon juice, and we're going to add these to our jam soon. Now we're going to add that cornstarch mixture in, along with the lemon juice. It's going to thicken up immediately, but we're going to want it to keep simmering there to thicken up more for about 4 minutes, and it'll become similar to a pie filling. Now we're going to pour this into a bowl. Then we're going to let it sit at room temperature for 30 minutes. And then we're going to let it sit in the fridge for 2 hours. While the jam is cooling, we're going to work on our cake. We are preheating our oven to 350. And we put this strainer on top of a medium bowl. We're going to strain 2.5 cups of flour, 1¼ teaspoon of baking powder, and 1¼ teaspoon of baking soda. Then you'll remove that and add 1¼ teaspoon of salt.
A quote from Haley. Oh my gosh, this cake is so good. It's so moist and sweet and fruity, and the strawberry hearts are adorable. I need to have one for my birthday, and one for Emily's birthday, and one for every Saturday. Jazz and Vincent. Yeah, what Haley said. Queen's tip. This recipe yields a yellow cake with pink frosting, but if you want the cake also to be tinted pink, blend several drops of pink natural food coloring into the batter before pouring the batter into the pans.
Now in this large bowl, we have 1 1/4 cups of butter, which is 2 1/2 sticks, and it's been sitting at room temperature, so it's like not frozen. And then we have 1 1/2 cups of sugar that we're going to pour in here, and then we're going to use this beater with mixy thingy for about 5 minutes until it's pale and fluffy. Now to this, we're going to add 1 tablespoon of vanilla paste or extract. We had some extract and some powder, so we mixed it together to kind of make a paste. And then, if you're fancy, you'll have 2 duck eggs, but we just have normal duck eggs because we couldn't find that. I mean, normal eggs, not normal duck eggs, because all duck eggs are probably normal duck eggs. We have normal chicken eggs. And you're gonna add this in 1 of the eggs, and then use this, and then add the second egg, and again, use this. Now we brought back our flour blend, and now we have 1 1/2 cups of buttermilk. We are going to pour in half of our buttermilk and 1/3 of our flour, then beat it all together. Then the rest of our buttermilk, another 1/3 of the flour, beat it all together, and then the rest of the flour. Now we're going to divide our cake batter into our 2 9-inch pans. Cake pans. Thank you, Mother Dearest. Cake pans. And then we're going to put that in the oven for 35 minutes until the tops are kind of golden, and you can put a toothpick or a tester in and it comes out clean. And you're going to also rotate the pans after 15 minutes, either from front to, or 20 minutes, and either from front to back if they can't be side by side, or if they're side by side, just rotate them around. Once the batter is in the cake trays, we're going to drop them on a flat surface to eliminate bubbles that have formed inside. Now we have our cakes here laying out on a wire rack. We're going to let them cool for 30 minutes and then take them out of these by flipping it over and taking the parchment out, and then let it sit there. Now we're going to get 1 1/2 cups of freeze-dried strawberries, and in batches put them into a spice grinder or coffee grinder, and put that in batches, and then you're going to sift that through a strainer using a spatula. FYI, you're going to want to set aside 8 smaller kind of heart-shaped ones, and that we're going to use for toppings later. Now we're going to get 3 3/4 cup of powdered sugar and whisk it into here. And that's about a 1-pound bag. You can just leave a little less in there.
A quote from Marnie. Wow, the duck eggs really do make for a richer, fluffier cake. Maybe I should consider adding a few ducks to that coop that Shane set up for those blue chickens of his.
Now in a large bowl we have 2 sticks of butter, which is a cup. And now we're going to add and beat in a pound of cream cheese. Now we're going to take our freeze-dried strawberries and powdered sugar, a quarter at a time into here, mix it all up on low speed, and just keep doing that until all of it's in here. Now we're going to grab a cake tray, put a little bit of our frosting in the middle, then grab one of our cakes with the top side up, then put the rest of our frosting into either a piping bag or a Ziploc bag with a hole cut into it. Now we have our cake here, and we also added a layer of piping around the border of our first cake. We're going to take our jam that we made and pour it into here, or pour it into in here, and just make sure to keep it within the ring. We added some fun 1K candles, but we're not going to light them, so I don't have to worry about the wax dripping. But we added those to celebrate hitting 1K subscribers. And now it's time to try this. I think this is really good. This is one of the very few recipes I have tried before, and just like this time, I like it a lot. It's a fun, it's definitely a more fruity cake, but it's not like extreme fruit. It's more like subtle hints of it with the strawberries and the frosting and the jam in the middle. So I think it has that nice balance of more simple cake, but also very fun fruit strawberry pink cake, because that's what it's called. And now you know how to make pink cake from Stardew Valley, and if you enjoyed this video, please consider liking and subscribing. And if you want to hear more about the story of us getting to 1K subscribers, there is a short that will be has been posted about that. That's the 8th recipe in the summer section.